Hello, everybody. We are live once again. Heck yeah. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to basically immediately pop a 3-minute ad, and that should mean that the next 1 hour of streaming should be relatively ad free. So that's what we're gonna try out. We're gonna immediately pop this ad and hope that by doing so we can figure things out. Such is life. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna be continuing to paint today. I had a real dilemma on, am I in a gaming mood or am I in a painting mood? And I guess I'm in both, so I'm just gonna paint. And if it gets too much, we'll just game and see how that goes. But you know, got a tweet. There we go. Almost forgot. What a disaster that would have been. Oh my goodness, gravy. I'm still not feeling great, which is sad because been off the meds for almost a week now, and the problem has yet to improve, so that's not great. But such is life, I suppose. We're just gonna do art and not worry about it too much. Something I want to do is make sure that we have our contrast and stuff good on EZRA, because when last we checked up on how the values are doing, I certainly didn't go dark enough yet. So we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna pop in highlights, we're gonna pop in lowlights, and hope. And just do a big old hope. You know? I will say, I did attempt to eat breakfast. Didn't really work out. Oh well. I'm gonna move my drink over here, where it is more easily accessible. I wish I could figure out where to move my microphone so it would be more better aimed at my mouth, because I'm basically pointing directly away at it. So, whatever, we're figuring it out. So it looks like the 3-minute ads thing didn't work, which sucks. Out. We'll figure that out. Oh my goodness. Oh, pardon the mouth noises. I was very thirsty. I have a sparkling mixed berry drink. It is quite delicious. Nutritious. Tastes just like Tim Tim. So tasty. Oh goodness gravy. So yes. What's happened lately? most of my life has just lived in my house, so I've not, like, been doing anything interesting. Everything I do that's interesting I do on stream. That's not a lie. So... oh. We'll see how this goes, because like I said, my tummy's not feeling spectacular. But sometimes you gotta suffer for art, baby. If you're not suffering for art, what are you suffering for? Hi, Pug. Oh. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. I hope your day is going lovely and nice and relaxing. Oh my goodness, gravy. I am excited to work on this some more, but I'm also a little bit intimidated. Because, you know, digital painting ain't exactly my forte. So, we're gonna do our best, screw the rest, and hope that with a little bit of time and a lot of bit of effort and just a couple of smooches, we can get this to turn out the way we want. I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of, like, finished art lately, you know? Like, I sort of got burnt out a little bit by doing a bunch of, VTuber model commissions. You know? But, you know, illustration is nice. I like illustration, you know? It's not something people, like, tend to come to me for, because I think mostly people know me because of my, like, rig and my background, you know? Which is fine. I put a lot of work and effort into them. But, you know, having, you know, having people support your art is really cool. But having people also just, like, expect one thing from you is like, I do what I want. That ain't gonna work here. You know? It's interesting. It's fun. It's interesting. It's cool. I've also been trying to think up ideas of, like, really fun and weird things to do. Because I like doing art on stream, and I like playing games on stream. But I also, like, want to do something weird. You know? I want to do something where you where you look at it and you're like, why is she doing that? You know? But none of my ideas so far are very good. So, that's something I've been working on in the background. In the little busy background. In the ground of the back. Where your back is all made of astroturf. You know, background. Man. I think it's gonna be a weird one today, guys. I feel it in my bones. I think it's gonna be a mildly unhinged one today, guys. But that's life, baby. I'm so excited to try to do, like, dappling and specular light in this. I might have to pull up reference. Yes, reference. Reference is what it is called. My brain was searching for the word and it was like, okie dokie. It is 11. You know what that means. That means the time to wait is over. That means art begins now. So this is what we got done last time. As you can see, she's looking pretty tasty. But we're still not quite there. It's actually kind of handy having like OBS open so I can look over and see what it looks like smaller. You know? See what that's like. So that's fun. Let's grab this color over here. A nice dorkle green. Because we forgot this tree fruit over here. So let's get in this fruit so that the loot is leaning up against something and the tree is further grounded in the picture. You wish for things to be grounded and nice and bootyful. Absolutely full of booty. As if it were a pirate's cove. A myriad of treasure. Yes. Okay. So, obviously we need to start working on the background, so before I lose motivation to do so, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab one of these, brighten it up a bit, because picking colors with the eyedropper can sometimes be a little on the muddy side. As you know, it's mixing with all this other stuff, so you want to make sure that it appears the way you wish it to appear. I don't know why I keep doing the thing. Look. Oh, that's right. Let's use the jitter brush. So we get some variation in the color at the moment. So let's get these birch trees in. This is another birch tree over here. Gonna have some highlights. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that poor rooster still hasn't found his yard yet. I feel so bad for him. Oh, you're roaming around, cock-a-doodle-doodling. Can't find his house, poor baby. We'll keep the green there. And we'll pop some of this up for some shadowing. Poor little rooster baby. Okay. Not doing too bad. I am sitting like a crazy woman at the minute, but sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta sit like a crazy woman. Just sit like a crazy woman and don't even worry about. Got a nice new dress because when your tummy hurts, wearing pants is the worst, and I didn't have any dresses. I have a nice new dress now. It is very cute. It is very comfortable. It's the most comfortable dress I've ever worn in my entire life. So I'm quite happy about it. Let's see. We gotta get some tree stuff in. So let's grab this sort of color. Once again, brighten it up, but leave some sort of deeper green tones in there. And have at you. doing art on stream is way more motivating because I give up projects all the time. But, you know, oh man, that reminds me, I still have to finish the Dakimakura. Yo, I can't believe I forgot. I have a whole ass Dakimakura I gotta finish. Oh my god. That's me. That's me, baby. You can tell I'm not feeling well today because my brain is just nowhere and everywhere. Everything everywhere all at once. I didn't see that movie, but that's because it did not look appealing to me. And my mother saw it and my brother saw it and they were like, yeah, you wouldn't like it. Then again, I sort of had a heart, like, almost no movies that are, like, coming out in theaters today interest me. I'm like, not into superhero stuff. And, like, I hated Knives Out. I hated it. So I'm not gonna go see the sequel, you know? Streamers are better than movies? Heck yeah. I mean, Slime the Hugbear, thank you. Let's go! Slime mode engaged. Okay, we're getting some nice tones in here. It's a little less red, but that's what we want because we want them to fade into the background more. So let's grab this deep green color and make sure it is, in fact, the color we want. Yeah. Like, I'm actually very much into the sort of like music that I managed to hook up for stream. Like the music and the ambiance is so nice to listen to when you're drawing. You know? Because it's quite relaxed and chill. I do want to have like a sort of, I guess you could call it like a theme song, I guess, based off of Down in the Valley, which is a folk song. It's also known as Birmingham Jail. Though the version I like doesn't talk about jail or anything. It's such like a beautiful like folk song, you know, when it's done really nicely, and that's what I want. I want that for my, because I guess I can show you guys. I don't know how to animate in Clip Studio. I am currently learning, so bear with me. I took an animation class a very long time ago, and I have produced a pittance of animations, but I am working on one at the minute. So this is like the idea. Rock is basically gonna be snoozing under this big tree, and the river is gonna be like flowing, you know, and it like I'm gonna basically replace my break screen with this, you know, where she's just sort of like taking a little break under the sun. Maybe some like little cute woodland animals wandering now and again, you know. But I want to traditionally animate it because I love traditional animation. And even though, you know, I'm used to animating in live 2D, there's just something about traditional animation that's so tasty. You just want to take a bite out of it, you know? So, this is something I've been working on. It's obviously still extremely rough. This is literally just like how traditional. Well, you know, like, where you draw like each frame by hand instead of like making a rig and then having a program move the rig at certain points. Just drawing over it and over it over and over again to create the illusion of movement, you know? Like, I love seeing, hardcore. I love traditional animation. And it makes me so sad that, like, it's not, like, a mainstream thing anymore. Like, I get the 3D. Like, 3D is an art form in and of itself. But, like, there's just something about the illusion of movement created by an artist just drawing, you know, that I can't get over. It's just one of those things, you know, where every time I see it, I'm like, God, what majesty, what beauty. You know. Not too long ago, I was doing like some Glen Keane studies. Glen Keane was like a major animator at Disney, like basically when all of the good stuff was made, you know? Like, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, you know? And, like, it's just so incredibly expressive, his art. Same with Don Bluth. You see a Don Bluth movie, you're like, these little morsels I could just pick up and put in my mouth, you know? Like, Secret of Nim, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but I remember seeing it for the first time as a kid, and, like, my mind just being blown. And I was in, like, 5th grade the first time I saw it, so I wasn't, like, little. I was old enough to understand what the fuck was going on, and old enough to be like, oh, this is special. You know? Yeah. I just think my style preference is just like 2D. I just love it so much. It's what I've been doing all of my life. It's what I have aspired to do all of my life. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Okay, let's grab background color and grab my airbrush, and we're gonna increase the size of the airbrush quite big, and then we're just gonna push the work we just did backward by greening it up, because we don't want the background to stand out too much. Like I said, like, I see people doing, like, 3D stuff, and my jaw just drops to the ground because I have no idea how any of that works. You know? Like, I know the idea of a polygon, and I know the idea of, like, wrapping the drawing around the polygons, and I know about bones, but, like, putting it all together to create something, it just seems like wizardry, you know? So it's not like I dislike 3D. I like 3D quite a bit. It's just I prefer some delicious, nutritious, tastes just like Tim Kim 2D animation. what can I say? Like, one movie that I really remember liking as a kid was Little Nemo, which is funny because it's not a good film by any definition. It has this incredibly tumultuous, like, history in terms of like how it was created. It had 3 directors, basically, and at one point that director was Hayao Miyazaki, and he couldn't stand what was happening, so he left. And then like another guy came on, and then he left, and then another guy came on, and was like, I guess I have to make this a cohesive film. So like, there's some really interesting animation in it, you know? Especially since it's all based off of, like, this extremely old comic, you know? That has an extremely iconic style. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I understand this. But then again, like, weird movies that aren't really good, but in, like, a different universe, I can see them being utter perfection. It's sort of like my whole aesthetic. Like, The Last Unicorn. I love that. It's not a great movie, but boy, do I love The Last Unicorn. And slurp it up all day. I also watched The Hobbit by the same company. It's actually Rankin Bass, the company that that did those two. You know, the ones that did all the Christmas specials. And they outsourced most of their animation to Japan. And so actually, most animators who worked on Rankin Bass stuff ended up working for Studio Ghibli, which is so, like, funny and, like, strange, you know? Because, like, seeing this proto Ghibli, like, deal with The Lord of the Rings as a musical, like, yes, please, thank you. This is what I signed up for. So, you know, stupid niche taste with Daisy. You know, like, it's just full ramble mode today. No, like, I know a lot of weird stuff about a lot of stupid things. Don't know where I picked it up from. Always take what I say with a tremendous grain of salt. Because who knows where my factoids came from? No idea. Oh, goodness. I mean, Don Bluth also used to be an animator at Disney, but I think most people know that. You know, I think that's like animation 101. But you know how long Sleeping Beauty took to animate? I have no idea. I know it was sort of like the start of the era where Disney was like, oh shit, we're running out of money. But I have no idea how long it took to animate. I'd love to know. It took 6 years. Oh my god. That's incredible. Ugh. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I love like being able to see how scruffy like Disney animation got for a minute, you know? Like it explains why people left the traditional method behind. Yeah, I know, it's extremely time consuming. Yeah. Like, I get it. It just makes me sad. Because it just feels like cost shouldn't be the only reason you're making aesthetic choices, you know? If the only reason you're making this aesthetic choice is cost, maybe rethink. Because some stories are better told in different mediums than others, you know? But Disney's so, like, money hungry at this point. They're not really interested. Like, I'm sure the people who work there, who, like, animate, are very interested in telling a good story. Like, the writers as well, the music people, everybody involved in the creative process, I'm sure 100% care extremely deeply about making a good film. But the producers, who are sort of like the end-all be-all of it, are not. They're just interested in lining their pockets, and it kinda shows. Yo, okay. Here's something about modern movies I cannot stand. It's a phenomenon I am now referring to as the Poirot mustache phenomenon. And what I mean by that is, I love Hercule Poirot. If you don't know who he is a detective that is fictional from the minds of Agatha Christie, who is considered the queen of crime writing. She wrote so many mystery novels that it might take a lifetime to read them, you know? But Hercule Poirot was known as, in the books, as like this sort of finicky little man. He's super obviously a genius, but he's also eclectic, right? And one of the ways he's considered eclectic is he has a very tailored, very prim, extremely groomed pair of little mustaches. Always impeccable, his tiny mustaches. And that's, like, literally just part of his character, you know? He's a man with gloriously groomed mustaches. There was a Hercule Poirot movie that came out recently. And, like, Gal Gadot was in it, and a bunch of people were in it. I don't know. But other than the movie being extremely horny, which was already a weird thing, because I've never, like, read a Agatha Christie novel and was like, you know, what would make this better if it were, like, super horny. I've never thought that, so it was already, like, a sort of a weird adaptation, right? But the very first thing the movie does is they delve into Poirot's backstory and basically explain why he has a mustache. And that is one of my least favorite things ever. And what I mean by that is, like, in the movie, he's like, Twitch gave me 4 ads. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to figure out the ad stuff, and it's literally kicking my ass. I have no idea. Like, maybe I'll try to futz with the ad stuff so that next time the ads are not so intrusive, because I hate them. But basically, I was saying, in the movie, they explain why Poirot has this mustache, and it's because, in World War I, while fighting, the Germans, his superior officer stepped on a landmine and he was in the range of fire. He got a horrible gash across his upper lip, and he's laying in the hospital bed, and he's, talking to his fiancée. "Oh, you could never love me now. Look at me, I'm hideous." And she's like, "Well, you could always grow a mustache." And I literally was like, how dare you? Because it is part of the comic book, mentality, the comic book writing style, to, over-explain every little detail of someone's character. And I directly blame Marvel for it. Disney and Marvel. They fucked this up with modern storytelling. Because they were, drawing from the comics. And comic book writers have this horrible, horrible habit of being like, "Oh, but why does Spider-Man, have this cup in his apartment? Oh, well, this cup was Uncle Ben's, and he gave it to him on his 11th birthday. And Uncle Ben said, 'Now, Peter, with great cups comes great responsibility.'" Or, they'll be like, "Oh, why is it that Batman is emotionally distant from all of his romantic partners and doesn't go down on them?" It's well, it's not just because he's a misogynist, but because one time he loved the woman, but it turned out her vagoo had teeth in it. So now he doesn't trust that when he goes down to chow down, that vagoo won't bite him back. And it's I didn't need this explained to me. Hello, Uzi. You came in at an interesting time. And I hate stuff like that. I blame the fans. Well, that's the thing. You grow up reading Batman, so you're a fan of Batman. And then you end up writing for Batman. Impenetrable Aegis, thank you so much. Oh, wait, not Aegis. Legis. Impenetrable Legis. You cannot penetrate this Legis. Thank you so much for following. But yeah, and so as a fan, you're like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was a reason behind this, that, and the other as to why he did X, Y, Z," right? And I hate that. Allow things to be mysteries. Don't spoon feed me every detail about this character's existence. Transformer fans demand stories for all background characters, even if it's just a yellow person shape. Exactly. That's the thing, and it drives me bonkers. Your drawing is coming together so beautifully. Aw, thank you, Lucy. We're working on the background at the minute. I'm putting some bushes in, getting things looking nice and toy. Just trying to ensure that I have a solid base to work on when it comes to getting the details in. Uh-oh. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. The point is, I can't stand to watch a lot of movies nowadays because they'll always do that. Where they over-explain everything about every character. And I'm like, oh, just let them have mystery, please. Please, for the love of God. Sometimes things are arbitrary, and that's okay. So, but I am not the movie maker. I am not making the millions of movies. So what do I know? Let's grab this oily mixer. I didn't really determine what kind of bush this was, which is not a good idea. Arbitrary in my superhero power fantasy? Never. Yeah. It's and that's why it's banned going to the movies. Even in Knives Out. Again, I did not like Knives Out. Which I should have. I love murder mysteries, but I did not. And one of the reasons was they, gave her a superpower. The main character girl, who's attempting to solve the mystery of who killed this guy. They straight up just gave her a superpower. She barfs when she lies. That's... If you have, behavior that is that both random and consistent, that's just a superpower. She has a superpower. And, you can see it coming from 10 billion miles away. It's such an obvious Chekhov's gun, you know? Yeah. And, it feels like an easy out. Instead of giving her personality traits, they said she'll vomit when she lies. And that's all you need to know for her to matter in this film. It's okay, you do you, I guess. That's the only purpose she serves. Thank you. Loved that for her. I thought it was funny when she did it on Captain America. There you go. I mean, it's just lazy characterization. That's what it is. Altogether. The Poirot's mustache thing, the giving people unlikely superpowers thing, it's just lazy storytelling. It's quirk instead of character. And you can be quirky and have character. But it's quirk in lieu of it, you know? And that's what gets me. Also, once again, I cannot stress enough how horny the Hercule Poirot movie was. I do not understand why they made it so horny. In my headcanon, Hercule Poirot is this ace icon. He romantically falls in love with people on occasion, but that's got nothing to do with being ace. He's he's basically demi-romantic ace, right? In my opinion, in my headcanon. This little funny Belgian man. And in the film, people are almost straight up just fucking on a dance floor. And I'm I thought I was here to watch a murder mystery. Why are you doing this to me? I am adverse to this. I thought I would be safe. Nowhere is safe from people's horniness. So I'm not there. Why, thank you. The hand is underneath Dandy now. Oh my goodness. Unnecessary sex in shows bores me to tears. Yeah. Like, if there's an unnecessary sex scene, I'll be like, can we please shut this off? I don't want to watch this. That's why I keep my no horny bat. Exactly. I should have one. That would be excellent if you could just whack your no horny bat and sex scenes in films disappear. Yo. That would make life so much easier. Okay, that's a good basis for these leaves. You can come back and really fill them out later. There's only one sex scene I can think of that even, like, had any point to do with the plot. And that was in season 1 of Glow, the show about the ladies of wrestling. Glamorous ladies of wrestling, or whatever. That's the only time I can think of where, like, a sex scene is actually pertinent to, like, character development or plot. And then, most other time, it's just, like, cheap titillation. And it's like, sorry, my titties ain't lated. Very much. Exactly. Y'all. Here's the thing. We're a sex-positive channel in that if you want to be horny, go for it. But, not in front of me, please. Pardon? You heard me. My titties are not elated. Shit, that's what it means, right? Like my titties if you get no titties. Exactly. Oh my god. You guys are precious. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine Sunday day. Afternoon? Morning? What time is it? Where am I? Who are you? Where am I? How am I? Why am I a cat? Last night during family game night, my sister showed us that video of the lawyer who accidentally joins the Zoom meeting with, like, this filter on that turns him into a cat. And it was like a court procedure. Like, these people... Daisy streams always boost my mood. Glad to catch... Oh, sorry. Ow. My tummy. Glad to catch them when I can. Thank you so much. Like... You know... I've streamed to empty rooms before. And streaming for me is fun. So I don't mind streaming to an empty room. Because, I mean, listen to me. I'll just fucking talk to myself. But... people being in the chat and, like, talking with you and, like, being good little baboos, that's great. That's fantastic. I never thought that would happen, so I feel extremely lucky. Sounds like an improvement for that court. It was incredible, especially because he and his assistant were, like, trying to figure it out. And at one point he goes, I am prepared to move forward with this. I would just like to state that I am live, and I am not a cat. Oh, good. Good. Oh, killed me. Killed me softly. With his song, tearing my whole life with his kitty paws. VTubers, but real lawyer. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know? Like, I bet you... Because there's, like, lawyer content on, like, YouTube and Twitch, you know? Like, lawyers make content. I bet you some lawyer someday it's gonna be like, actually, I can do this. You know? And also, you know, they could be a lawyer and make legal content, but a lot of people who make like legal content for YouTube like sort of hide their identities anyway because they don't necessarily want it associated with their firm, you know? So it's like, yeah, why not be a cat while you talk about legal stuff? You know? My client would like to plead a whoopsie daisy. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Oh, beautiful. I long to see the day that such a thing occurs. I live for that moment. Although, why people always blaming me? They're like, whoopsie daisy, bitch, I didn't do nothing. Keep my name out of your mouth, please. Oh my goodness. Yo, okay. Oh! Thank you for the cannolis. Yum yum yum. Someday I shall eat the cannoli again. It will be glorious. I shall emerge truly splendiferous in my cannoli glory. In the meantime, digital cannoli will do just nicely. A lot less polished than the other flowers, but if I'm gonna be honest, art's hard. This is just the basic sorta. This is the basic sorta doohick. So, do our best, screw the rest. You know? I should like, though, to grab this and apply some of that ubiquitously on the flowers, as so. I'll wash them out a bit for now, but later on it will help us tremendously in the coloring. And I mean, let's face it, everything's pretty washed out at this point. I want to be Judge Pugama. Instead of holding in contempt, I just throw stuff. Heck yeah! Instead of silence in the court, violence in the court! Everybody get up, get down with the sickness! What? Oh! This is a bot. Okay, let's see. Mute this person. How do I, I forget how to delete. How to, Who made the judge throw the first brick? Use the trash can icon to delete. Oh, where's the trash can? Oh. Oh no. Daisy is too tired and stupid to know how to... Hold on, I'm gonna have to actually... Must be in mod view to see the trash can. Oh. Okay. Mod view? Show mod icons. Oh, thank you so much! Thank you! Oh, I had no idea! That's why! Thank you! Oh, how long have I been streaming on Twitch? And I have no idea. Oh, that's excellent. Beautiful. Okay. We may return to our previously... I have my own streams in mob view all the time. It makes it easy to remember. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that on. It's way easier. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to open this and do this stuff. Nah, bitch. I got friends on the other side. Thank you. Okay, so. That rooster really is a crowing. He is. Baby. Okay. You know what? I think maybe we'll do this in blue. As we haven't barely any blue. And I should like to make it quite nice, bright blue. So let's obsessively get everything to a round number because that's just how my brain works. Where's my stylus? Oh, there it went. I'm trying to hold it together, guys. Some days your brain's just pudding. You know, some days you got pudding for brains. It's okay. That is some bright barding. Oh, get it? Barding? Haha. That's this type of stuff. Horse bears, but it's also, got the word bard in it, and that's just a bard. What flavor is the pudding? Ooh. My brain, at the moment. It is... lemon blackberry cheesecake pudding. Delicious pudding. Too rich. Too thick. May have to lie down afterwards. No. Don't think about cheesecake. My brain. Why you gotta do me dirty like this, huh? First you gotta be pudding, then you gotta make me think about eating pudding. I didn't sign up for this. Might be a bit bright, but we'll play with it for now. We will play with it for now. Not quite dark enough. There we go. Yes. Come to me, caller. Speak to me your secrets. Seems like every time I have a good day, like tummy-wise, I have a bad day immediately following. Yesterday I had an excellent, they tell me why. Today, just like, borrow. But we shall persevere. Persever, forever and ever. Okay. More dark tones, because I've not been pushing the dark tones enough in this yet. Everything is quite washed out. In terms of color or value. In terms of color, this shit ain't washed out very much. It's a little washed out because of the green, but that's what we want, because they're in a forest. And the light will be green because it's filtered through the trees. That's how trees work. The lights will be green. The shadows will be green. Let's push the dark there. Over here. Yes. Complete. Okay. Let's pop off the lines and see how this doing. Okay. It's got dimension. Not a tremendous amount, but enough to give us an idea of what we're doing. I have no idea how long this particular painting will take, but I figure, you know, we'll just work on it until it's done, you know? Like, I don't know if that'll be interesting for people to see the same painting being worked on over and over again. But, it's interesting seeing someone's process, you know? Especially if it, like, differs significantly from your own. I guess I could always just do a speed paint in that, you know, sense. But this is also fun. Okay. It's looking okay. I've picked very superhero colors, which is funny. Okay, let me readjust, because one of my legs is falling asleep. And the only one who should be falling asleep here is me, not my leg. Okay. So. Been good so far. Let's get some, this in. We'll make the cloth blurple. A nice, beautiful blurple. It's just gonna be covered in cheese and nuts and crackers and ham. Delicious. Nutritious. Tastes just like cheese and crackers and ham. come together right now over me, whatever that means. Heck yeah. You ain't even ready. You ain't even ready. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't know what's about to hit you, what's about to go down. My tummy doth protest too much. It's getting real sweaty. And ouchums. Okie dokie. That's a base color down. Now let's get in some wine. So let's get the red highlight in first. And because it's glass, the highlight will be over here. And over here. And over here. I believe. And wine. So it's gonna have quite a purplish hue to it. It's not purple enough. We're gonna get some assistance because mixing reds for me is difficult. No idea why. Red that is blurple, thank you. There we go. Red wine with cheese? Who knows? No idea. I'm not a wine person. I'm just whiny. It's too purple. Less purple. I'll have to look up some reference for this. That's just how it is. But for now, that's fine. the humbly as well. We need some color in humbly. So first let's get, just a bright golden haze on the meadow. Plus we'll have to indicate that this is translucent by putting other colors behind it. But first let's get darker honeytone in there. Darker honeytone sounds like the name of a band. Let's grab some blurple. Ensure that it is less green and more blurple. And let's get rid of that there. And then grab the red. And more blurple. So that comes down like this. Create a story in the honey. Yeah, that looks slightly like it's beginning to appear mildly translucent. Okay. Readjust once more. We're having a hard time getting comfortable. Let's see. That's a real little bright spot, isn't it? Let me see something. Yeah, that's why it's got one of the brightest highlights in the painting. You know? It's coming along. We're working on it. Let's save. Something we might do once we get all of the basic colors down in the sort of shape we want. Maybe start a new layer and add some lighting effects. And then after like lighting and shadow effects, we begin painting on top of that. I think that makes sense to me. Whether or not it makes sense to a person who is using their brain to think at the moment, now that's a different story. Time to get these fairy mice in. And I have just now randomly decided they shall be pink. Because I am the arbiter of my own destiny. But I I say goes and what goes stays. And who it stays with and how it stays are all my purview. Ugh. I'm losing. It's fat little Bobby in there. Oh. Yes. Yes, little fairy mouse. It's not very good camouflage, but always it's pretty. Yeah. Yo, that's gonna look so cute. And then, what little color? You know, I'll make the tail color and stuff the same color as the ears and fingies and wings. So let's basically fill this back in. Oops. Let's use the airbrush. A mouse, yeah! Hi, Oats. Yeah, a little fairy mouse. Got teeny little wings. There's like 4 of them in the painting. There's this one, and then this guy over here will have to fill in. And then this guy over here will have to fill in. And then this guy over here. So, lots of little fairy mice. You gotta love them. I guess they'll be all different colors, because that's fun. And now that he is pink, we'll make his wings and stuff like a yellow. I think that's cute. So, oops, this is my airbrush. Oops. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Oops, oops. Oops, oops. Oops, oops, Okay. These little wing gums in there. Little ears. These little fingies. Tail. Yeah! Fairy mouse, let's go! Look at this little idiot! He's a friend! Okay. Let's work on Ezra's face. Why? Because flitting about is my speciality, baby. She's got them golden honey eyes. is eyeball. She has to. Yum, yum, yum. Couldn't you just eat them eyeballs up? Just do a big slurp. Delicious. We're going to rotate the canvas for a minute so we can start to get the pupils in. We want them to be quite warm, so we'll start with a quite warm brown. And then we'll pop into our black. Get them on the edge here. Fan it out. And then, of course, actual white highlights. On both these shines in the iris, and then also, in general, just over the entire eye. That's actually something I do with all of my models. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. Oops. I've got video game music playing on there. It's not really visible. Hold on. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. So, if you look at Rock's eyes, he's actually got like a shadow right under her eyelid. Hold on. Even closer. She's got a shadow right under her eyelid. And then also, she's got a thin, mostly transparent, like sort of, basically lens or like shine over the top of the whole eyeball. She's also got eye physics. Hold on. Did you see him? She is approaching rapidly. Yeah. Watch out, everybody. Let's get her centered back up. Oh no. Will I ever find center again? Who knows? Too close? Too far? Too close? Who knows? Okay. This ought to be okay. What am I doing? Art. Hi, Pyro! Welcome back! We're working on some art. I was showing off something in Rock's rig too, but we're working on art mostly. We're working on EZRA BRAMBLEBUM. Poet, playwright, and plucker of liars. And we're having tummy troubles as usual, but we're trying to push through. Bramblebum. Yep. She's not embarrassed by it. She's like, the Bramblebum name is, very prestigious, so why would I ever be embarrassed by it? But yes, Bramblebum. From the Bramblewood. Of course, her full title is EZRA BRAMBLEBUM, Briar Rose of the Bramblewood, poet, playwright, and plucker of lyres. Very distinguished, those bramble butts, or bums. Exactly. Exactly. Let's grab an airbrush and add a slight bit of... We'll actually get it quite red. And then go back. Move back in there so she doesn't look stoned. And then the lines fill, please. Pure white. Not perfect, but getting good. As they say you should in Dark Souls. Getting good in this neighborhood. I knew that I could. I knew that I would. Now let's get her little teefuses in there. The red sun. Then we'll add some of this green. There we go. Some of this. There we go. And add in her toofuses. And little flash of bright white to indicate this girl has some crazy ass fucking. It looks horrible. Teeth are hard. Anyone who's ever had to try to draw teeth knows. Teeth are hard to draw. No matter what you do, you will not make them look natural. So just do your best and hope that nobody looks too close. It's my method anyway. She says, looking very closely at it in the public forum. You know, I'm allowed to be dumb. It's allowed. It's allowed in this day, in this age, to be just supremely a dumbass. If it were not, I would be in trouble with the law. All the time, everywhere. That's great. Okay. We're just gonna... We tried doing like a plum thing with her lips before. We're just gonna get some natural coloring in there for now. We don't want to fuck it up too bad. Not quite yet. We're not in the let's fuck it up stage. P-O-P. Let's get these lips in here. Not quite a thick lower lip. We'll have to grab this color here. Here. Actually. See how it looks without the sketch? It's looking a lot better than when we painted her lips last time. It's not looking great still, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. Her skin is more red than it is yellow. I do not have that in common. I have very yellow skin. It's with the territory of having Italian blood. Just the blood, though. Lips are always hard. They always end up way too sculpted for me. Without the sketch, it just looks like hot garbo. I'll have to figure that out later. You know, this is good enough for a base. Okay for now, is what I shall say. That is. It is not great. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life, so we will consider it. I'm really starting to not feel well. We'll try to go for a little bit longer, but I think we might have to wrap up early today. Unfortunately. Such is life. I know. I feel bad about it. But at some point, you know, my health has to take precedent. And if I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling, you know? I have forced myself to continue with not feeling good in the past, and it has yielded. Thank you, Pug. It's very sweet of you. It's yielded poor results whenever I do not listen to my body and just try to push through. So, oops. No wonder it wasn't filling in. I was using my blender. Okay. Like I said, we do our best and we screw the rest. Cheers to health. Oh, thank you. It sounds weird, but you guys made my life better. So, keep that in mind. That in mind. If you're feeling down, just remember that you made my life better. It's a little too warm. Keep the shirt tones a little cooler in order to accentuate the crispness of the white. And get some of this white in. How does that look? Pretty good. Seems light. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to save this painting for doing on stream. You know? Because, I don't know. It just reminds me of like, you know, like hanging out with friends and working on art. And that's always fun, you know? It's also very motivating. Like I said, I probably would have quit this painting ages ago if it were not for doing it on stream. Just because I get discouraged when I like look at it and I'm not satisfied with how it's looking, even though literally I'm still just laying down color. Like, you know? Let's get some horn stuff in. What color will her horn and hooves be? I guess a shiny sort of black would be nice. So let's get gray in there. And let's pop this up. Let's get the cool tones in there for sure. We'll make this a highlight. Except for the pure white, of course. Which will also be highlight. But we want to highlight here. And then reflected light over here. And then here, where it curves. And reflected light here. And then we'll pop in a pure black here. The pure black here. We're gonna rotato the canvas. Rotate. Exactly. How can you create without rotate? Ask yourself that. All day, every day. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, how can you create without rotate? When you find the answer, find the our other horn is over here. We'll just pop that in with black. And then the tips of our horns are capped in gold. Let's get some pure white in for a highlight. Like that though. I do not. So we're gonna leave things warm brown for now. And in fact, in there, and grab that pure black again. And now we're gonna blend this puppy out. We're gonna grab the airbrush, blend that away. Grab the fill. There we go. It's obvious that the horn curves around. We're gonna grab this and poof. Poof. Finish up the horn, Daisy. That's it. You consider yourself done. You have finished the horn to your liking. Then and only then. Let's blend this. And blend upward. Like this. We'll figure out how that seam works in later layers. I think that's a pretty good base for the horn, right? I think so. You can tell that there's rotation in it, which is good. I apologize, but we're actually gonna call it here. I know we've only been going for about an hour and a half, but unfortunately that's all I had to do today. Such is life. But I'm glad that we even had this amount of time together, because any time I spend with you guys, I feel like it's time well spent. So, let's see. Is there anybody we can send the love to? Not that I know. If you guys know somebody who you think could use a raid, chill, let me know. If not, we can just end it here, and I can go lay down. Gosh darn. Okay, it seems like nobody has ideas on who to raid. That's okay. We will just call it here. Thank you guys so much for coming. Like I said, I'm sorry we had to cut it short, but health is important. And I have bad health. So, next time we stream is Tuesday. And we'll either be doing more painting, or likely we'll be continuing our run on Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. So, you know, join us for that. I'll figure out something weird and fun we can do as like a channel. I think that would be really enjoyable. Doing something weird and fun together as a channel. But I gotta think of it. And right now my brain ain't equipped. So, thank you guys so much for coming. And I love you. And by the way, what's a Bramblebum? This is a D&D character, EZRA. So, the Bramblebums are a noted family of artisans. She is a poet and a playwright, and all of her siblings, too, are artists. So everything she wears was made by one of her siblings. Her book was bound by one of her siblings. Her steed Thistle was bred by one of her siblings on like their like family ranch. So a Bramblebum is just a like funny family name, you know. Okay. Smooches, everybody.